Uh-oh. Bleeding wire. Oh, no. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS. Don't swear as well.
Okay, no, I wouldn't dream of it, no.
That was the Kinks, 8-Man, and before that was Sniffing the Tears, Driver's Seat. And it is 9 minutes after 12 bells on a Tuesday. It's nice and clear outside. There might be a little bit more rain today, but it don't look like it. And I think we're good till the weekend. Then there'll be some more rain. But it's, I love it right now. It's nice and clear. I'm here with Andy McCluskey. Sorry. Did I say that right?
You did the second time, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Of OMD.
Yes, that is the name of my band for the last 40 years.
Now, why did you leave out the other Orchestral Manoeuvres?
In the dark.
Yeah. ID.
Well, the name began to get abbreviated almost as soon as we'd invented it because it's preposterously long and pretentious. And by the time DJs had introduced the name of the band, the song was half over. So it was obvious it was going to get shortened.
Yeah. You had some... what year did that? 80s? Early 80s? When you guys...
yeah, the first hit we had was May 1980 in the UK. It was a song called Messages.
Yeah.
And then we ploughed on through the 80s, stopped for a while, and reconvened not so long ago.
You just did some shows, right?
Yeah, just done 5, a very strange collection of shows. We did a thing in Tucson off the back of an exhibition at the Museum of Contemporary Art that's based around the album sleeve of our 5th album called Dazzle Ships. And then completely the opposite, we did a kind of retro festival show at the Microsoft here in LA with the Bangles and Bananarama.
Yeah.
So we're going from, contemporary art museums to nostalgia fests.
And you just went to Santiago, you said?
Yeah, just got back from Santiago yesterday, and we were in Lima in Peru as well, which was... So we've been getting around a bit.
You're playing out.
Oh, yeah, not on holiday, doing gigs, yeah. It was good, first time we've been down that far in South America, actually. It was fantastic.
And good turnout?
Yeah, sold out both shows, so hopefully we'll be going back. And brought my sunburnt face back to LA's rain from the sun in Chile.
Yeah, you look a bit red.
I am, yeah. And that's not just because you changed the colour on the lamp in the corner.
No, I know. So things are good with you?
Yeah, I mean, we're in a strange situation now that the band has actually been reformed longer than it was formed the first time. We split up at the end of the 80s and then reformed in 2006, and it's been rather fantastic, actually, the last 12, 13 years.
Why'd you split up? Just curious. Like usual band stuff?
The usual nonsense, yeah.
Bass player hates the guitarist or something?
Yeah, I mean...
Singer?
To be honest, we had worked so hard through the 80s, and for all the records we sold, we signed a really bad deal to Mr. Branson when we were kids. And, you know how it goes. It's like you sell millions of records and 10 years later you go, how come we owe them £1 million? I don't have a castle. I've not been swanning around in a yacht. Where's all the money gone? And, they give it you with one hand and they take it back with 3. Right. So that was the biggest pressure, was we were just permanently skint despite selling tens of millions of records.
Never ends, does it?
You'll sign anything when you're 19, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
unless you've got someone looking out for you, which you don't really.
No, and I mean, even if they are looking out for you, you probably won't take their advice because you go, no, I just want to be on top of the pops. Just want to make a record. I'll sign it.
That's true. So, even though was it an out and out crooked deal, or was it legit and you just signed it?
Oh, it was legal.
Yeah,
just this side of legal, but it was legal. But no, I mean, it was pretty. It was pretty painful. So the band, the original lineup, split up because we were just under a lot of pressure. I carried on into the 90s for a while. Actually, had a very successful album in the early 90s called Sugar Tax. Had a couple of big hits on it, but then, mid-90s kind of grunge had happened, and Britpop was all over the place, and a band that was considered to be a late 70s, early 80s synth pop band was considered past its sell-by date. Yeah. So I felt like I was banging my head against the wall.
Yeah. Well, it does happen, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, in the past, music seems to sort of be going in straight lines. Now in sort of postmodern era, everything's allowed, which is great because we're allowed to come back.
Yeah.
And people come and see us play.
Have you ever had any other jobs?
For 3 whole months, I worked in the customs and excise at the Pierhead in Liverpool, processing cargo entries. I had an in tray and an out tray. It was deadly dull. That was the only one I ever did when I was 20 years old.
How'd you last 3 months?
Because I needed the money to buy a better synthesizer than the cheap one that we bought off my mother's catalogue.
Yeah.
So we got a new synth, and that was when literally got offered to support Gary Newman in '79, and signed a record contract with a Virgin subsidiary. So I left after 3 months.
I just heard Gary Newman in a commercial, one of his songs, over the Super Bowl, which is a big commercial, and any commercial when the Super Bowl's going on.
Yeah.
It was the Cars, right?
Cars, yeah. I think that's been in a few commercials. I'm sure he's made.
And you guys, I think heard you recently too.
Yeah. We've just had a big commercial. I mean, listen, you're at a certain age when they're using your music to sell pensions to your target audience.
Is that what they were selling?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Be prepared for a pension. Yeah, I'm 60 this year, so
So you qualify for a bus pass in England, didn't you?
I will be getting my bus pass on June the 24th. Can't wait.
How sad, isn't it?
Hey, listen, I've made it to 60 nearly. I'm actually going to take that as good.
Yeah. Now, when you get a commercial, did it have anything to do with you? Or was that Richard Branson still taking the... You had your own publishing.
The publishing was also on Virgin.
Oh, no.
Fortunately, it wasn't cross-collateralised, so they weren't taking it back out of it. But no, that's the other thing about publishing is, they sit there and collect it. Some ad agency decides they want your song in the advert, and the publishing company don't go out there and place it.
Nah. No, I know.
They just sit there collecting the money and hive off a percentage.
So you're getting a bit of dough from that commercial.
Yeah. It's going to pay a few bills. Keep my children in the lifestyle to which they're accustomed for a few more years.
How many kids do you have?
3. Yeah.
You like
hobby. I love them all.
No, I was going to say. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. You like having kids? That's what I was going to say.
Well, the fun bit was quite a few years ago now.
How old are they now then?
27, 23 and 19.
Mm-hmm.
So I got...
You'll be a granddad soon, it sounds like.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Granddad, bus pass.
Yeah. Well, I'll take the bus pass
commercials
first.
for pensioners.
Yeah.
It's going well.
I'm still breathing. I'll take it. It's all right. It's okay.
So you're 60. I'm 63. So you were kind of around the punk scene then, right?
Yeah, just after.
Yeah.
Yeah, just after.
What did you think of that, the punk scene?
I had a lot of the early Pistols stuff.
Yeah.
The thing was, I wasn't into the music, but I was into the fact that it was challenging things.
Yeah.
And it opened up a lot of doors. I mean, listen, that was the great thing is it bust open the music industry. In the end, it kind of decentralised it for a while.
Yeah.
There was a lot of punk clubs opened up in other cities, so my generation, a few years later, we had, all of my generation are actually all from provincial cities.
Yeah.
Like us and the Human League.
Duran Duran.
And Simple Minds and U2. Nobody in London got signed for a couple of years because suddenly all the bands were in little punk clubs all around the country. So it was a good thing.
Yeah. All right. Let's play some music. We're going to play a band you probably hate. We're going to play the Ruts. We're going to play Staring at the Rude Boys, right? We're here with Andy McCluskey. Oh, please now. Am I saying it wrong?
Yeah. Do you want me to just call me? I'll just call me Mr. Smith, all right?
Andy. Andy Pandy.
There you go.
And
do the Americans know who Andy Pandy is?
I don't. Do they? No, that's a no. Looking at American guy.
No.
Jordan twiddling the knobs.
No, it was children's TV character from way back when myself and Mr. Jones were young boys.
I mean, I'm sure they have an equivalent. The States and England always have equivalents. So our Andy Pandy was like your... I don't bleed, no.
Something... You're asking the wrong man. How old's Jordan?
Yeah. Andy Pan.
What were,
Mr.
but
Rogers.
Yeah, but kind of even before Mr. Rogers. They were like puppets and things.
Yeah.
And it was in black and white. That's how ancient it was, okay?
We had Muppets, didn't you? You had the Muppets.
Yeah.
That was American.
Yeah, but it was even before the Muppets.
Uncle Floyd.
Uncle Floyd. Okay, well, I don't even know
I
who
don't
Uncle
even know
Floyd
that
is.
bloke.
No, okay. Mm.
But that's a good name.
Yeah, okay.
Let's play the Ruts. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox, KLOS. That was the Eagles of death metal, Save a Prayer. Then we had Gary Newman, Cars. And then we had the Ruts, Staring at the Rude Boys. And we're here with my guest, Andy McCluskey. I got
Nailed it.
right.
You nailed
It
it.
takes me a couple. You're not the only one, by the way. This happens a lot with people with funny names.
Irish name, sorry about that.
Is that what it is?
It is, yeah.
McCluskey.
McCluskey, it's from Northern Ireland.
I thought that was like Polish or something. McCluskey.
No, where'd you get that idea
The
from?
E-bit, the McCluskey, is kind of Russian-y.
McCartney? Is that Russian Polish as well?
That's definitely not Russian. McCluskey, yeah, I can see that.
Hey, McCluskey. Yeah, you could hear some New York cop shouting it, couldn't you?
So what you been doing?
What have I been doing? I've been in my band again for the last 12 years, and we've had 3 new albums out and doing lots of touring and sort of building up our audience, and it's we're enjoying it.
So for you, is it like when you tour? Is it like with other bands similar, or do you go out by yourself?
When we first got back together, we were adamant that we wanted to kind of reclaim our credentials as a standalone band, doing our own stuff. And we had a lot of friends who were doing a lot of these, nostalgia, heritage festivals and packages, and we wanted to stay away from it. But we realised after a while, actually, that we were missing out on fun, and we were missing out on expanding our audience, and we were missing out on some money as well. So we started doing them recently, and it's great. It is great fun.
It's probably less stressful as well, right?
You know what? When you're going on stage and just doing 45 minutes, I'm going to play 10 hit singles. it's like playing cards and everyone's an ace,
Yeah. Do you ever do any of them bleeding them boats, cruises?
Oh, we did. Yeah, we did one last year actually. The problem is, it's all very well being on the. Everybody knows you're on the boat. I was captive in my cabin for 4 days. I couldn't get out because it was like selfie attack every time I moved.
Yeah. You should have had a disguise, like made out you were the captain or something. And a captain's hat. With a white jacket.
Yeah, I might have to try that next time.
Oh, man. So, we were just talking about, and when we were playing songs, that your song, If You Leave, who was the bloke, the director from Pretty in Pink?
Yeah, John Hughes was quite an Anglophile in his musical tastes, and so he'd got Simple Minds in on the film before for the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Don't You Forget About Me, and we just changed record labels in America, and we were starting to get we had a label behind us who actually wanted to promote our music, because all the hits we had in Europe in the early days died a death here. We were on college radio, and that was about it.
Yeah.
So when John Hughes came along and said, I want to do a song in a movie, we were like, thank you, yes, we'll have that. That will be great. But
you didn't have a song at this point.
Well, we went down to Paramount. We met Molly Ringwald and John Cryer, and he said, right, I want it for the prom scene, and just go and write me something.
Did they show you the prom scene?
No, they hadn't filmed it at the time.
Okay.
Actually, they had. I'll tell you what, they said the only proviso is it's got to be 120 beats a minute, because we filmed the prom scene with the kids dancing to Don't You Forget About Me, and that's 120 beats a minute. So, okay, that was the only parameter.
Yeah.
Make it the same tempo as Don't You Forget About Me.
Yeah.
We went home, wrote a song. We came back armed with the 2-inch multi-track, just about to start touring with the Thompson Twins. And John says, lads, we've shown the movie to test audiences, and all the teenage girls don't like the ending, because the original ending, I don't know if people know this, the original ending of Pretty in Pink, Molly's character Andy ends up with Ducky, the John Cryer character, who's her mate, but not the pretty boy.
Yeah.
So all the little girls are like, no, that's the wrong ending. And Hollywood listens, and they reshot the ending in the movie. So John says, yeah, I love your song. It's called Goddess of Love. But he said, lyrics don't make any sense now because we've changed the whole ending.
Yeah.
And you're the last song in the film. Can you write me another one? And we're like, what? We just got off a plane. We're starting touring tomorrow. You're kidding me. And so we went into a studio in Hollywood, rented a load of gear because ours was still flying in. And off the top of our heads, we wrote If You Leave, which to this day is the biggest hit we ever had in America. That's how you do it.
So
Under pressure.
Did you have any inkling of that song? Like, did you have an idea already?
No. And the weirdest thing is, we never write like this. Paul, because the gear was still coming in from the rental company when we sat down in Larrabee Studios.
Yeah.
There was only a piano, so he said, well, listen, we better start working on this piano. We never, ever used to work starting with a guitar or a piano. We always started with weird sounds or drum machines or something.
Yeah.
Paul just started playing chords, and that's how we started.
So did you carry on writing songs on pianos after that, seeing it was a big hit?
Do you know what? That's probably why we only had one massive top 5 in America, because we know we went back to the way we used to do it after that. We should have learned. How stupid we were. But no, it was it was a monster. And then, of course, it goes in the movie, and we all go to Mann's Chinese Theatre on Hollywood Boulevard, all rocking up in the limos and the red carpet, and we wait patiently for our song in the big finale, and it comes on and we're all excited, and then we're going, who edited this? There's not one person dancing on the beat. Who cares what tempo it is? We didn't have to be 120. There's not one person dancing to the beat of our song. So it's kind of like a big disappointment, really.
That's hilarious.
No, after all that, it didn't matter what.
So
tempo
was it out when you were on the tour that you was about to start?
Mm-hmm.
So the movie came out.
The movie actually came out after we did the tour.
Okay,
with the Thompson Twins. But so But I remember, because we spent a lot of time in America. We had American managers, and we were trying to break America. And obviously, once If You Leave came out and was on, I mean, we found ourselves driving around in Los Angeles, and
Listening
we go,
to it.
oh God, it's on the radio station. And you jump station, and go, my God, it's on another one. And you go, and it's on 3 at the same time.
Yeah.
That's when you know you got a hit.
You got a hit, and I ain't getting a penny.
Yes, I'm still selling millions, and I'm still getting nothing. Yeah.
Okay, should we play that song?
Go on.
Listeners are probably going to kill me, but
It ain't rock enough for you, is it? No.
well, it's a rock station.
It's
Classic
not rock, I know. Well, don't tune off. Come back and we'll talk rock and roll after this then.
Okay, Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark, If You Leave, with my guest Andy McCluskey. Did I say it right?
You did.
Okay, go on then. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox, KLOS. That was Danzig, How the Gods Kill. And then we had Power and Fury Orchestra, You and Me. That was from the Less Than Zero soundtrack, also with Glenn Danzig on vocals. Then we had Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark, If You Leave.
Which you don't hear very often on this station.
I don't think you're ever going to hear it again either. Listen, thanks for coming by.
Nice to talk to you, sir.
Yeah.
It was nice to meet a legend.
Do you still live in Liverpool?
I do still live in Liverpool, yeah.
That's great.
I can talk like that when I want to, lads.
That's great.
Sport the Reds,
Are you a football fan?
Yeah.
Liverpool?
Yeah. That's been the hardest thing about being in my band. Paul Humphreys, is a Man United fan, and I'm a Liverpool fan. That is hard to stay friendly with a Man United fan. Yeah, gee.
I like Chelsea.
Chelsea, yeah, well, it's all right. You're allowed to do that.
Did you watch the
You're a
game
London
yesterday?
boy. I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't, because Liverpool threw away another couple of points again. But,
1-1.
Yeah.
Man City, it's a lot of up in the air stuff right now.
You know what? Liverpool fans have had such a long history of disappointment. We're not expecting to win the league. You're losing listeners now as well. You're talking about soccer, but
do you like your coach, Klopp?
Oh, Klopp is great. Yeah, no, I really, really like Jurgen Klopp. The team play nice football. It's great to watch. It's exciting, and but Man City are just Man City are turning into like the Patriots of the English soccer
Not
league,
necessarily. I wouldn't hold your breath about them winning.
All right. Well, listen. Listen. If you can promise me that we're going to win, I'll the check's in the post. All right.
I can't promise it, but all I know is it's going to be great.
Okay, lad.
See you later. I've got Craig Ferguson coming up next, and we're going to visit the Duke. See you in a minute.